Hey Tab, good afternoon. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well, thank you. We'll get started here in English and then switch over to Spanish. Tab, how's the team navigating preparations for Wednesday's game? A quick turnaround. How does the team carry that momentum against an LA Galaxy team at home?
Yeah, we obviously, players are excited about it. I thought the team played fairly well and we in particular defended well. So yeah, I mean we're ready to go. Obviously a few changes in the travel schedule now that make it difficult with the storm coming in. But yeah, other than that, it was a good training session that we just finished.
Next, we'll go with Corey. Go ahead, Corey.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, you want to celebrate the win, maybe a little more than you might normally. But how do you turn the page so quickly to make sure they're ready to go make it two in a row and not just rest on their laurels of having won?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have to we have to be hungry. I mean, we won one game. And so, I mean, there's really nothing we can say now about the win except just move on. We need to move on, and we need to continue with our season. So LA is a good team. They have good players and one of the better teams in the Western Conference, and it's going to be difficult. So, but now we need to be taking steps forward. So, just looking forward to that.
Several times for the last few months, you talked about, maybe we'll get one and maybe it will build into something and get a few more. Has there been anything specific since the win over Austin that thinks that maybe kind of solidifies that or gives you something tangible to look at that, why that might happen?
Yeah, well, first is the way we defended in this game. I thought and in particular, the six guys that were in charge of sort of the defensive area, the four in the back and the two in front, did a really good job on staying focused for 90% of the game. There's still some corrections that we made today on video, but for most of the game, they were focused. They were on top of it. We didn't give room to play, which was important. As you know, Austin has a very particular way to play, and they have a lot of possession normally in their games. Their struggle has been, on the counter when they lose the ball. But we didn't really even give them a lot of possession. I think the possession was pretty much 50-50 for the game, which was good, especially considering that we had a lead most of the game. And that's when other teams usually have a lot of possession. That didn't happen to us this time. So I think that's positive. And then I think the other positive is, the play of Darwin. Having Darwin in the lineup really gave us a spark. Darwin's been working really hard. He had already been doing that leading into him being sick right before this. And I thought he was a spark, obviously, right from the first minute. So hopefully we can continue to build on that.
How close is he to being able to go more than 55, 60 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, the goal was for him to go 60. Obviously, he hasn't played a lot the whole year. And he's played 30, 35 minutes, 40, and along those lines. And so I think it's hard to take him up to too many minutes in the week when we have three games. But I think if we had to go Saturday to Saturday, I think he can do 75 or he can do 90, depending on how the game is going. But at this point, if we try to, obviously we have to be conscious that we have three games this week, and that would make it difficult.
Is it possible to get injury updates on Coco and Corey and Tyler and Marco?
I mean, at this point, I can tell you that it looks like Marco, Tyler, and Marco and Tyler are definitely out for this game. Corey is doubtful for the Wednesday game. I don't think he'll make it. I think it's more likely that he'll play on Wednesday, but I don't want to say no yet because we're not 100% sure. And yeah, who was the other person you mentioned?
Coco.
Oh, and Coco. Yeah, Coco is out for the next few weeks. So we, at the moment we don't, there's no other report, but he's doing the rehab, and we're hoping to have him in a couple of weeks. So not in the, obviously not in the next few games.
Was there an official injury diagnosis for him?
It's a hamstring injury. I'm not sure what has been reported from the club in terms of medical, but it was a hamstring injury, which of all the injuries he could have had, I mean, it's not so bad, except that there's not much of our season left, and we just signed him, so
Right.
he's going to miss most of that. We're hoping to get a couple games from him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Up next, we'll go with Sam.
Hey, Tab.
Hi,
Hello?
how are you?
I'm all right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a huge relief.
You're not kidding.
Looking at
Yeah.
the way your face is so bright today is a huge relief. Okay.
Yeah.
LA Galaxy coming from a back of 1-1 draw against Rapid. Houston enjoyed a comfortable 3-0 home win against Austin. How important will this result play into your team selection on Wednesday?
I think very important. I think, at the moment, we have to worry about our mental state, and we have to make sure we stay hungry. That's the number one thing. I mean, all we did was win one game, but we needed to do that in order to move forward. And fortunately, we did that. I think hopefully, we gave yesterday off. So hopefully everybody enjoyed yesterday. And now our focus is into the next game because there's no more time. And and right now we're not in position also to think about the rest of the season. We're only in position to think about this game coming up on Wednesday and take one at a time.
All right. Like you said, one at a time, the team enjoyed the momentum and stuff like that. What would the team do differently on Wednesday against LA Galaxy to make this momentum a little bit stretch into other games?
Well, you know how that works with players and athletes in general. The athlete and a player can be completely different. The same player can be completely different by having confidence or not having confidence. And I think when you have a bunch of guys together that start to have confidence together, it could have a big impact. And so, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for us to rebound into becoming a more confident team. That can think about winning games regardless of where we play.
Appreciate that, Tab, and good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
We'll switch over to Spanish now. Tab, ¿cómo llega el equipo preparando para ese partido contra LA Galaxy, el primero fuera de casa en un buen rato?
Bueno, creo que en este momento bien, porque venimos de ganar partido. Obviamente el ganar da confianza. Hacía tiempo que no ganamos un partido y creo que por suerte nos hemos sacado eso de encima y ahora pensar en el próximo partido y sabemos que va a estar muy difícil contra el Galaxy.
¿Qué se espera del Galaxy, un equipo que jugó contra Colorado y salieron con un punto ya de visitante?
Sí, bueno, el Galaxy es un equipo muy peligroso que tiene jugadores en particular del centro del campo hacia adelante que tienen muchísima calidad y velocidad. Y para nosotros será un partido muy complicado porque sabemos que el Galaxy es uno de los mejores equipos en la conferencia. Y bueno, ahora con Chicharito recuperado, con Cobral jugando bien, con Grancir jugando bien, con Lelguet viniendo bien de la selección. O sea, creo que los delanteros son muy peligrosos.
We'll close on that one. Tab, thank you very much. See you out there on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you.
Recording in progress.
Hey, Fafa. So how's the team navigating preparations for Wednesday's game, and what challenges do you expect from the Galaxy?
Obviously it's a quick turnaround. We're ready to head out, and we know the Galaxy is a good team. We're going to their home. We have a little bit of a travel, but we're in a good way right now. I think Saturday's game was important for confidence, and we want to now bring that on the road.
Thank you for that. Corey, go ahead.
Hey, Fafa, how difficult is it to turn the page and make sure that, Saturday wasn't it? Like you guys keep this going?
When you look at a lot of the games that we lost or we drew that we should have either tied or won, we've kept that within our locker room. We've understood that a lot of those games, we should have closed them out better in certain moments. So we're aware of what we've been doing on the field. It just knowing that those moments were unfortunate or we didn't focus or we didn't concentrate in certain moments. We obviously are aware of that. And now for us to get a win and things did go our way finally, we want to continue that. It's not necessarily that we've been playing horribly. We've just not been closing out in certain moments. And that's important for us to go with our confidence because we know it wasn't a fluke on Saturday, but obviously we want to get people back into it. We want to get the crowd towards our back and continuing to support us. So we just have to continue to do the things that we do with confidence.
Can you take me back to you scored to make it 3-0?
Yeah.
Can you kind of take me back to like how you felt in that moment as you were celebrating, and maybe whether the relief of 16 games without a win was part of that?
No, definitely. It was a great day to do that. Of course, you felt like the weight was off our backs after that goal, because the 2-0 is still not so sure, But with that said, that third goal, I think just kind of solidified and supported everything we've been doing on the field and throughout our weeks. And I didn't want to. I think we're all in the same mentality that we didn't want to let the gas off. We wanted to just keep going, and coach did stress that to us. Let's not be comfortable with a 1-0 lead or even a 2-0. The more goals you can get put up on another team, the better.
There have been a few times in the last several months where you guys had something good going, but then gave up goals and dropped points. And really, like right before you scored, Austin had a great chance. Nelson makes that save. It bounces off the post, and then all of a sudden you score. Was that moment, like from then to when you scored, was that chaotic at all? I mean, the emotions, the down and the up and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I was very far from the play. I was probably 35 to 40 yards away from the play. But the moment Michael made that great save and Teenage cleared it into that space, I knew now we had to switch on to offense. So that's my biggest job, is to create offensively. And we just got into a foot race with 55 yards to go. And obviously there was a lot of adrenaline, but in that moment you have to stay calm to be able to produce what you have to produce as an attacker.
And lastly, for me, Darwin Quintero got some more minutes, and right from the start. What difference did he make for you guys on the field?
No, he's definitely the player that he is. He's creative. He's willing to take chances, and we need that in the final third. We wanted that extra pass or that extra creative player to draw players away. And in the same, he took advantage of it. You could see it in the first goal. He drew a few players in and somehow got through them and put a shot in that created Griffin's first goal. So he's definitely a plus in our team. So we're happy.
Thanks.
Sam, go ahead.
Fafa, congratulations.
Hey, how you doing, Sam?
I saw your celebration, how it was so, 3 points feel so good. I remember your first press conference when you first signed for Houston, and I asked you a question, and you said, if you have to run through 2-3 defenders, open up space, or do that yeoman work for your team to get the win, that you will do just that. How will you say that mentality have impacted your game in Houston this season?
I think it's important because I would say it was difficult towards the earlier part of the year when I didn't have as many stats. I was still doing the same things. I believe I was still making the same runs and giving the same effort. I wasn't getting paid for it, obviously, on the stat sheet, but I believe I was making a lot of runs. I was working defensively and doing the same things I'm doing now for my team. I'm just getting paid and paid back in goals now and in assists. So it's showing up on the stat sheet and people are noticing more. But I've been doing that throughout the year because at the end of the day, my main goal is not just to score goals or just to build up my stats. I play to win. And if winning means tracking somebody back for 60 yards, if winning means making a run 60 yards for another person to be open and get a tap in, then I'll do it. Whatever it takes to win, especially right now with 10 games left, whatever I have to do to help my team win, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, whatever it will take. Already 8 goals for you this season. What is the mindset you will have going to this game against LA Galaxy, coming from this fantastic trending home win over Austin FC?
I think I just want to continue in the streak and the form that I'm in. I won't call it a streak. I'll say form. Definitely want to continue to contribute offensively, but also we're going over there. So there's different things that I'm going to have to continue to do as well. But we know that not just this game, we have 10 games left and these next games are going to be important. Obviously we want to take them game by game. We're coming towards the last stretch of the season and it's a chance to prove who we are as a team, prove our character. And me individually, obviously, I want to prove what I can do for this club going into this season and obviously going forward in the next season. So it's important that every minute and every game counts.
It's important every game count. You are one of the hottest offensive players at the moment, in the league. Looking at your goal haul this season already, despite the winless streak, how are you able to keep your emotions together and show up on every game they contribute and make sure this team get over this hump?
I think it's just that specifically we haven't won as many games as we would have wanted to, obviously. So I just approach every game as what it is. Every game is new. Every game you're starting off with a clean slate. Just as we've lost games and you have to look forward towards the next one. Now that we've won a game, we have to forget that one and look towards the next one. So every game is another opportunity for me to prove myself and also for me to help my teammates win.
Appreciate that, Fafa, and good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
I think we'll close with that one. Fafa, thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. We'll have video resources later today.